Okay, so this week's weekly options forecast, we have a lot to cover, so let's just go ahead and hop right into things. By watching or reading this, you're saying you understand the following. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not trading advice. This session is solely for educational purposes. There are significant financial risks associated with options trading, and I'm not liable for your wins or losses in the market if you decide to act on this information. All right, so to hop right into things, so the top options flow on Friday went into MSTR, Amazon, SO, Coin, and NVDL. On the put side, they were shorting TLT, DHI, VST, Google, and Silver. For the week, the top options flow, call options flow, went into Tesla, Las Vegas Sands, FSLR, SOXL. I got to make a note of that one because it's shown up a few times here. And we have DJT. Now that's Donald Trump's stock. Okay, cool. So let me just make a note of this really quickly because I didn't have that on my list. DJT and SOXL. All right, XL. Okay, cool. All right. So this was the heat map on Friday. Now, this is how things finished. We had a lot of red sectors here. As you can see, most of the market was red. And we're heading into this new with the election pending Tuesday. See how things going. All right. We had some green in there though. Just looking at, I see Walmart, Coca-Cola, Tesla, Eli Lilly, Meta. Yeah. But okay, I want to hop right into some of the team's performances. And just want to just give a shout out to Brian really quickly. Shout out to Brian, man. And the reason I'm giving Brian a shout out is because as you can see here, so we were in a team trade. We played team earnings, and Brian, on Friday, I kind of just gave instructions and some levels on the chart, like because there was some selling pressure going on at the open, and I was telling the team as long as it held 215, when it lost 220, I said as long it looked like it was headed down to 215, and that would be support. If it bounced off 215, we should be able to make a move back up towards the high, which was 229. And if we get past there, then we had another level tier we can go into. And it looked like he made a big profit off of just that entry. A nice 171% profit for almost a $700 profit. That was pretty good. So just give a shout out to Brian again. For CVNA, I see here Daquan was in the CVNA trade, turned his $360 into $1,500 for $426 profit. That was, sorry, 426% profit. Yeah, so actually he turned his $360 into $1,895. All right. Another Daquan trade. This was a Estee Lauder trade that I put him in. And this was a pretty good one. Turned $180 into $1,530. This was a pretty big trade. KK with the big Eli Lilly trade turned $244 into $4,428. Nice, amazing trade right there. So we can give KK a round of applause for that. Jason Stacks was also in that trade. He turned his $255 into $36.83. So we're crushing it this week. Two really big trades. We crushed the market last week. So just another round of applause for the team. And here's our monthly profits for October. We kind of went over them last week, but we still had some days left in the month, and as I thought, we would be able to run that up some more. So look, so for the month of October, this is per single option. So this is if you grab just one contract for each trade that I alerted, and these are actual trades that were alerted in the Discord, in the options and the call outs channel, right? So any trades that I just talked about on Zoom or put you in verbally on Zoom or anything like that, any other additional earnings trades, none of them are included in this total. Only actual trade alerts that were alerted in the channel that I alert the trades in, and we cleared $5,979.75. Again, these are net profits after you subtract the losses from the wins. As you can see here, we tore this month up. Again, round of applause to the team. And this takes us above 53K for the year. And again, this is just per single option. This doesn't include a lot of the big earnings trades like the Eli Lillys and the Estee Lauders and those trades that I just showed you on the previous page. None of those are included in these totals. So yeah, so again, that's if you for the new membership, the $250 membership per month, that's a $2,300, I'm sorry, 23%, a 2,300% ROI on that membership. So like I said, it's that we cleared $6,000 for the month of October. This isn't our biggest month of the year, but again, we're on course to where I told my team I was trying to take them to 60. The goal was just 50K for the year because we cleared 44K per single option last year, and we're already far almost 10,000 past that. So we're looking for 60. So let's just keep it going. Again, a round of applause for the whole team, man. Stock option savages, man. Nobody doing it like us on the one single contract per option. Let's go. All right. So lessons learned recap. I mean, KK, is there anything you wanted to say or discuss?
I had a phenomenal week this. Um, Antoine highlighted one of my biggest trades. My biggest trade this week, Eli Lilly. Um, the chart is always telling the story, but we got one of the best teachers in the game. So I had spoken to him, and Antoine said, "Look, it's giving 780 vibes after they gave the earnings. It had already dropped, so we were already way in profit. But I'm gonna walk these charts down, Antoine, as you would tell us to do. So price action is king, and once it lost 780, it kept plummeting. It was going. So, I'm following the price action, and I just let it go. So, I mean, you see what the trade did. I think if I looked at the other profits, I made like $1,000 more because I felt it was gonna once it lost the 780, and I went and started zooming out. I felt like 770 was in play. So I held it down until about 773, and then I sold. It was just, it was just too much on the table. I was like, all right, I'm about to take this because this is substantial, and the bounce is going to be crazy. And Antoine also let us know that in the chat. And I think from where you said it was going to bounce, it ran like another $80 the opposite way. So, that's why it's always, pace gets slaughtered, take that bread when it's on the table. Another great one was CVNA. We had phenomenal trades this week. I think I made like 1,200 or so off of that play. But this week, I think I cleared almost, I know I cleared about $7,000. So shout out to you for always keeping us in the good ones.
No problem, no problem. So yeah, that was a good one. That was great. Now, like I said, I want to just cover one thing really quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but look, so I don't really put the team in a lot of earnings trades. That's some next tier type stuff, because we got a lot of new traders in here, and I don't really do that. So I said, but every now and then I say, if I do put the whole team in an earnings trade, it's going to be something that I feel really strong about. I feel really strong about all of them, but I mean something less risky where the risk isn't as bad. Like for example, put the team in a McDonald's trade earlier in the week, last week, because McDonald's, they had that E. coli breakout, the stock pulled back. I felt like they were going to do good for earnings and things of that sort. So I put the team in a strangle for McDonald's earnings, and it basically the stock fell off a cliff. The puts were pretty much in the money at that point, and by the time the earnings call started before the market opened, they gave all that they bought all of that back up, and the stock opened flat. But this is the thing. Typically, if the stock would open flat, you would get clapped on both sides and it would be a total loss. But the way I had it set up for the team, that did not happen. It was a less risky trade. It was a trade that wasn't that risky. So the call side ended up going up 33%, and I had them cut the put down 37%. So, it was a pretty cool trade. But then later on in the week, I was able to put them into CVNA and bring that back. But I just wanted to highlight that just to let the team know. So if you see why, like I'd rather just put you in regular call out alerts, and don't be so worried about the earnings trades. They are pretty risky, but me with my background and knowing how the market is and where to kind of put us in situations, the best situations. That was one situation that did not turn out as bad as it could have been, where it could have been a total clappage with the IV being extremely high, meaning like if it traded in the middle like that, you get clapped regardless, right? They rip the IV from them trades, and the Vega exposure drops, and it's over. So I just wanted to just highlight that for everybody who's worrying about earnings or chasing earnings. A lot of these stocks are really good to trade the day after earnings, and I think that that's something that a lot of new traders should be focused on. And just pay attention to the solidified swings channel, because that's where I alert most of our trades at. And you'll receive actual call out alerts with the entry, and you'll know exactly where to exit these trades. So just focus on those, because that's why we're up as much as we're up on the year. Just wanted to point that out. So, and then the last thing about that, so just like she was saying, like KK was saying a little while ago, how the day after with Eli Lilly, you know, I'm like, if it lose 800, it's giving 780 vibes, but it was levels, and we know how to read that price. I mean, read that price action, interpret that price action in real time, and trade and earnings the day after can be overwhelming for a lot of people, and you just have to be able to make those moves, because a lot of times when it's time to take profit the day after, everybody's for themselves at that point, because that's now everything that we put in play. Now it's time to actually go and shoot the general, and everybody's in combat at that point. So nobody got time to help you, load your magazine and help you get those things in order. So, we gotta, yeah. So just wanted to point that out. Price action is very important the day after earnings. So even if a lot of times, yeah, I'll just talk to you more about that a little later, but I just wanted to point that out and just highlight that. But yeah. All right, cool. So let's talk about economic events coming up right now. So, all right, so this is a big week, because we have an election on Tuesday, and I'll give you my thoughts on that in a little while, but it's just market related, nothing political. But and so we also have our first Fed decision after the election. And so I don't know how this is going to be. We could have, I don't, because the market has been cool and it's been calm heading into the election, and historically the market is pretty up heading into an election. You would understand why you want to if the market is down heading into an election. It's an insinuation that the previous administration or current one isn't doing, didn't do what they were supposed to do, and things of that sort. So we got this Fed decision, and typically it's on a Wednesday. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I seen a Fed decision on a Thursday. It's on a Wednesday, but it's on Thursday. And so at 2 p.m. we get the Fed decision, and then they're going to send Powell out there at three at it said 3:30. And it's interesting. So he's going to start the press conference at 3:30. So the time, it's just weird what they're doing, but we're going to see what's up this upcoming week. As far as economic data, we got ISM services PMI Tuesday. We got jobless claims Thursday. Like I just said, we got the Fed policy decision, and we got consumer sentiment on Friday. So this is a pretty big week, and we'll see exactly what happens. Now, I'm kind of bearish on the market after the election. You see how we had that bloody Halloween. So actually, there's a few things I want to. Did I get there? Yeah, I skipped it. I don't know how I skipped it, but hmm. But yeah, anyhow, we had a bloody Halloween. It's a lot going on with that. We had the job. I don't know if y'all saw or were kind of paying attention to it, but the jobs data, the jobs report that came out on Friday. It was a big miss. It was a, huge miss on the jobs report. And one second, I just want to, because I had that report on here, and let me just transition this over for a second while I get to there, because I want to cover that slide and I don't see it. Somehow KK is responsible for this. Somehow. Let's see. All right, cool. There's the slide. Cool. Let me just bring it back here. And I'm going to rush through these charts, by the way. So here we go. So yeah, so we had the non-farm payrolls was a big miss. The private non-farm payrolls, big risk. I'm sorry, big miss. The unemployment rate was in line. We had the average hourly earnings. That was a beat. ISM manufacturing PMI miss. Now I'm like, so is it time for another Fed rate 50 basis points rate cut? Could be. Then we had the Halloween Day massacre. All of the S&P, the S&P and QQQ, we had all of them were down significantly on that day. The JOLTS data, see, this was another thing that kind of got to me here. And let's back to the unemployment rate. I'm sorry, the non-farm payrolls. We missed that non-farm payrolls by 100K jobs. And they have been revised. And this is the thing. I feel like they've been propping the market up. And every month they'll say, just so the market can continue going up, the jobs number would be a big beat. But then the next month they'll revise it down. Like for example, August's non-farm payrolls came in. It was a beat, but then they revised it down for when we got this month's out. They gave us a revision for August, and it was negative 81K jobs. So this one for this month, it was supposed to be 112K jobs, and we only got 12K jobs. So it was a really, really big miss on non-farm payrolls, and it was the biggest one in a while. And see, for a job, so the JOLTS data that came out, this was a big miss also. This is a consumer confidence was a big beat. But look, the job openings, so that's what the JOLTS data is. The job openings, right, for September stumbled by over 400K to 7.44 million, right? And this was the lowest since February of 2021 and much worse than the 7.9 million expected. And also, look, so this was another situation where August job openings were revised lower from 8 million to 7.8 million. So it's like a lot of this stuff keep happening. And this is just more evidence of a slower labor market and raises the chances of more rate cuts by the Fed. So we'll see what happens. But just screaming like recession vibes. So we're going to see if earnings can hold this economy up and I feel like I said, once the election is over, we'll see what actually happens then. But yeah, just wanted to kind of point this out. Now I'm going to jump back over to the charts really quickly so we can run through these charts. All right. So I got a few things to hit. Now I pulled Walmart up for a reason because the market is down. I mean, it typically, and this is one of the green stocks that I did see. And Walmart is a defensive stock. So when the economy is in turmoil, you have to think, what are sectors that people will still, or companies that people will still buy, and in a recession, a war, a pandemic, or anything, they're going to still go to Walmart. So, so that's why I came here first. So XLP is a sector, the consumer staples, and Walmart is one of them. It's a defensive sector. So here we go. Walmart calls over 82.53 for a move back up to 83.34. Now, so you can still, play both sides of this. Puts under 81.54 for a move back down to 81 and then possibly down to 80.51. So let's keep Walmart on watch. It looked like it's trending up. I'm gonna hit Tesla, man. This is a big one. I thought Tesla chart looks nice. All right, so here go Tesla. Ignore all of these lines, man. But Tesla's still holding this uptrend, as you can see here. And it found its way back over its 9 EMA on the daily. So here we go. So over 250, 254, I'm looking for a move up to 256 and then 258.91. If we were to lose 246.63, looking for a move back down here to 243.40, 243, and then 238.83. So keep Tesla on watch. It looks good here. I like the uptrend on this chart. All right, since we were just talking about team, I'm going to go ahead and hit team really quickly. All right, nice beat on earnings. This is a beautiful chart, by the way. Sheesh. Really nice chart. Finished with a hammer after retesting that 215 that I told y'all about for a move. So for this one, over 229, I'm gonna say, look, so over 229.16, looking for, but let's just call, I'd rather say over 230. Over 230, looking for a move up to 238.48, and then possibly 253.53. Now, if we were to lose this 214.69, we're going to make a move back down to 206.22. So keep team on watch. This is a pretty bullish stock, and it looked like it wants more. Beautiful bullish flag breakout. All right. Netflix. Sorry to be so close to the mic. All right. So while everything else is selling off, you got Netflix right here. Nice chart right here on Netflix. One sec. We had a 123, no, a 133 on Netflix. Damn, a 133. Interesting chart. Okay, cool. So we got a double outside after inside on Netflix. But yeah, so I'm looking at here, it's been holding up pretty well. Got it holding this 9 EMA over 763.80, looking for a move back up to 764. 764, and then the all-time high is 773. If we were to lose, 747.77, looking for a move back down here to 744, and then 736.81. Nice chart on Netflix. Nice chart on Netflix. Um, All right. So we kind of discussed this a little bit on yesterday. So Constellation Energy, they got earnings on Monday morning pre-market. Stock kind of fell off a cliff in the after hours, and it came down here to its 50 EMA, and it kind of lost it. Is still hovering around there, but we don't know where it's going to open. So and it just that's kind of sitting here. This is where it closed at a level. So it's just a because we don't know where it's going to open. I'm going to say over 264. Let's call this 265. Over 265. I'm looking for a move to 271.75, and then possibly 280, and then 288.75. Now, under 256, let's just give it a whole 256. Under 256, then we could retest that 50 EMA at 244.87, and then down to 234.86. And then this is a gap fill area, and could possibly fill this gap. This was a gap up, and this is the gap right here, down here at 208.23. That's what I'm looking for. And then we got its 200 EMA down here. So let's see what actually happens here for this stock. Pricing in a big move. Let's see exactly what happens. All right, let's move over to, all right, Marriott. Another stock here. One sec. Came up here, rejected its 9 EMA, and finished here. One sec. There we go. Finished here at this support level. So what I'm saying is over 263.39, looking for a move back up here to 265.80, and then 266.58, which is the all-time high. Now, if we were to lose that 258.43, looking for a retest of this 254.70, and then down here to this gap fill area at 249.60. So let's keep this one on watch also. Meta. All right, Meta. This is a nice chart on Meta. Meta pulled back after having a great earnings, by the way. Just some catback spend and a little lighter, lower end of the full year guidance. Um, yeah, so Meta had a nice chart here. I feel like it's still looking good here, holding this support. Now, over over 573.67, looking for a retest of 576.46, and then up here to 583.27, and then possibly even higher up to, what is that, 585, sorry, 590. Now, if we were to lose this 562.56, looking for a retest of the 50 EMA at 559.18, and then 547.23. So keep Meta on watch. The chart looks nice. Microsoft. Microsoft. All right, so here's Microsoft, man. So Microsoft, not bad, not a bad report on them either, but yeah, so just some slower. The guide wasn't as good, and so, but yeah, but this is how it finished. Came down here, gap down, went down here, still held the uptrend, and bounced up after hitting the bottom of the uptrend here, but it still closed under its 200 EMA. So with an inverse hammer. So still bearish right now. And it's okay for these stocks to cool off after they've run up so much. But Microsoft right here finished inside on Friday. So if we're able to clear 215.50, see, actually what I'm gonna say about Microsoft, this is what you got to do. You got to give this one a little margin. If you're able to clear 416.16, then we're looking for a move to 418 and then 420. Now, and then if we were to lose 407.50, looking for a retest of 406.30. This is down here at the bottom of this trend. Now, if we lose this trend, then it gets a little tricky, because then that's a move all the way down to 501.51. I don't think they're going to let that happen, but hey, look, we're in a situation where we'll find out what happens now, and these are the stocks that kind of control the market. So let's just keep them on watch. Amazon. Nice chart on Amazon. As I told my team Friday after the big earnings beat and guidance raise, they got so many price target upgrades. But I'm like, it needs to clear this 200, because the last few times it got rejected here. And I was telling my team, like, look, you see what happened the last few times this happened, and if it doesn't get through here, then it can kind of come down here. So what we're looking for here is, if you can clear 200, the 200.50 level, then we're looking for a move to 205. Now, if we lose 197, looking to close this gap down here at the 194.70 price level, and then possibly a move lower. So let's just keep this on watch, because we got the little double top here. But again, it's still holding up in this area. So we'll see exactly what happens. A lot of bull flow went up into there. 1 second, MSTR, because it kept showing up on my list. So I said, you know what, let me go ahead and hit this right quick. All right, so it finished here at a support level, but it lost this 9 EMA. Now, if we're able to clear, now look, so it's a few ways to play this. It could bounce off of this level, and you can play the bounce if it doesn't just gap up so hard. That's another way to play it, during market hours. But if it clears 255.75, looking for a move to 257.99, and then possibly that all-time high. Now, if it loses the 225.93, looking for a move back down to 218.40. So keep this on watch, man. And let me see. I'm gonna hit this stock because I said I was gonna hit this one. Actually, hold on 1 second. Let me hit QQQ first. So QQQ was another one, finished inside, went up and rejected its 9 EMA here, and pulled back. So, man, if we're able to clear 490.75, we can possibly make a move back up here to 491.71 would be the first target. If we get over there, then 495.71 would be in play. Now, if we were to lose 485.20, there's a move down to the 50 EMA at 484.22. We lose that, then 482.58 is in play, and then possibly 480. So again, this is another thing to keep, another one to keep on watch. Finished inside though, but again, like I said, it's at the mercy of the full market. Let me hit SPY right quick. All right, same thing, same situation kind of with SPY. Went up and rejected this the non-EMA pulled back, but it didn't finish inside. This one got outside. I mean, got two up, and but it's kind of it finished down here around here at this level. It's kind of under it, but you got to give it a little margin. So what I'll say is over 170, sorry, 575.55, looking for a move up to 576.65, and then if we were to clear that, we got a gap fill area here up at 580. That would be the next level. Now, if we were to lose 570.62, looking for a move down to 569.22. If we lose that, then we got an area down here that we could possibly retest first, which would be 565.71. Again, keep SPY on watch also. Again, the market is at a point where it could possibly break down at this point, or we'll just see what happens. Again, I'm just following the price action, and this is things are starting to get a little tricky here in the market. So let's just see exactly what could happen. This is the last stock I'm actually going to cover right here. I was talking about it a little earlier. So Supermicro SMCI, right? So the stock has been falling off a cliff because their accounting firm, or a reputable accounting firm, pretty much said that they're not going to work. They quit, they resigned because they cannot stand behind the financial reports that management is presenting. So it's like, damn, if they were to get audited, they don't want to be a part of it. So they got out of there. The stock died, fell off a cliff. Now I'm pointing this out because look where the stock is now. It's at critical levels, and let me pull it down here. Just do this for now. So like the stock is at critical levels here, and they have earnings Tuesday. So a few things could happen. Let's say the management find a way to spin this up really, really good for the earnings call, and then this stock could possibly bounce after it's fallen off a cliff. Now, look, this stock was added to the S&P 500 also a few months ago, and that was down like this, and there's questionable behavior in the company. So this could this potentially have it removed from the S&P 500? It's a lot of things that could happen. So they got to come in here and spin this really good during this earnings call, and that could possibly cause some investor confidence and say, you know what, let's go ahead and buy it here, or it could just continue to die. So either way, keep this on watch. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Look, man, we got a big week coming up, and yeah, so I'll see you guys this upcoming week, and I hope everybody have a great day, and go Ravens. Good night.